Hello everybody, Gail here. I am back and going to do some work on this tag book that I'm creating, and if you would like to join me, I would be more than thrilled to have you. This will probably be the second video in this series, and I don't know how long this series is going to go, but I'll find out as I move along. If you are new here, welcome. I'm glad you stopped by. And if you're one of my beautiful subscribers and followers who always leave me such beautiful comments and support, then thank you for that, and welcome back to you too. So the first thing I want to do on this tag book, let me show you. I did add, and I think I mentioned this in the last video, I did add the vintage lace on the center of each signature over the white muslin that I put down. So that is all done. Oh, this is something I think I'm going to put there, and don't know yet, but I left it there to remind me. I have this image. This is Heather from Ruby and Pearl, one of her newer kits, French music covers, and this was the height of it that I cut out. This is one that I had resized, and I was just getting ready to trim this to the size I needed when I decided that I'm going to fold those edges over and actually use them like a flange or a gusset on the pocket to make a little bit more room in the pocket. And maybe you've noticed, if you saw the last one, I did add some of my aged tape in a couple places on the sheet music just to give it a little bit more interest. I have my circle punch here. This is a 2.5 inch, and I like using this size even on smaller pieces because it just gives me a wider divot. I don't measure, guys. I just kind of eyeball it, and sometimes it's in the center and sometimes it's a little bit off center, but I'm going to go ahead. Let's see how that looks. Okay, and I am an inker. Oh, that's another thing I did off camera. I did go around and ink around all the pages of the tag book. Let's see. And I'm not sure yet where I have to fold this other one. I do want to mark it. I'm going to pull this all the way back to the center so that I have enough room here. And I do want the pocket below where the angle is cut. So I'm going to give it some room up to the left side. And so if I put it about, well, let me do this. If I put it about there, then I want to fold it about there. So let me do that and see if I can. I was playing around with it, so there's a little bit of a fold there, but I want to see if I can get this even Steven. And I just use the grid on my cutting mat sometimes to double check myself. That looks pretty straight. Fair warning, I don't cut straight. Even when I use a trimmer, I have a crooked eye, I guess. Things just don't go straight for me. I'm terrible at getting things straight. All right, so I want to put that thus. And let me go ahead and ink the bottom. I am using Vintage Photo Distress Oxide. And just a little bit more. Sometimes I like to bring it in soft around the edges. Okay. So I'm going to put that there, and I'm going to use my, I use a Barely Arts, which is, I've used art glitter glue, and I can't really tell a difference. Pricing is not really any better or any worse. It's just that I've just been using it for so long. And the one thing is, I'm not always organized enough, or maybe my budget doesn't fit it to where I have to order more glue. And since Art Glitter glue, since they don't ship during the winter months, I think that was the main reason why I switched, is because we live in the mountains, and Art Glitter glue would definitely not ship to us in the winter. Alright, so I just did the 3 sides, as you do for a pocket. And I'm going to bring this pretty much down to the bottom. Get this kind of straight. Straight as I can get it. And I just want to okay. Just put my punch back. Cap my glue, because sometimes I forget. Alright, so now we have a pocket. And my plan is to put a journaling card in there. I'm not sure yet what will be the journaling card. I did take this one, I think I showed you in the last video. It was like this, and I did go ahead and cut that out and fold it. But I'm going to put a journaling card in there, and then I want to put a ruffle on the edge of the card so that when the book is closed, you'll see the ruffle. So that's the plan, Stan. And, you know, plans often go astray when Gail is creating. All right. So, I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do on this page, and I think since I want to put this envelope here, I think I'm going to go ahead and work on that. My thought was, I was just playing around with some things, and I have these images that I cut out. They're so pretty. And what I'm thinking is that this would make a nice journaling spot because it's a kind of a faded background. And then we could have a pocket here and an image here. And I'm thinking maybe another pocket out of that image. And then on the back, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I might cut this off and just make it a tuck spot. So we'll see. And I had this image, which I took one edge with my ruler. I would have to trim the top or the bottom. It was like this. I left this on there because I thought, well, maybe I would have a use for it. And I was thinking if I put it over the edge like that. But I want to cover this. I don't think I want to leave it the brown. I could though, couldn't I? One thing I do like to do, let me go ahead and do this while I'm thinking about it. I do like to cut into the envelope when I'm doing it as a pocket so that I have a little bit more room to put things in. So I'm just going to kind of take my scissors and just cut straight across. I'm so not used to working with the camera on that I forget. I've got to make sure I stay within camera range. Okay. They don't have to be exact match. I'm just trying to get close. Okay. So now I have a little bit more room to put something in there, and if See, that will be like so. So you need a little bit of room to get things in and out. I am going to line the inside of the envelope. I just like it to look nice. I have this scrap piece, and I'm just going to put it in the envelope and kind of fold it where I need to cut it. And I hope I cut it straight. So I'm just going to put some glue on the envelope. All right. Let me do some gluing. All right. So that's going to go there. And then I want to put something pretty on the front. Those roses. Which one do I want? That one. I'm going to go with that one. I'm going to use my tear ruler. And let's see what we got. And I'm not going to put a divot in it, I don't think. So let's go ahead and glue that. Oh, that's so pretty. Okay, so that is now a pocket there, a little pocket there, and then there'll be a pocket there. And on the back side, I'm going to cut this down some. I'm going to glue that on, and then I will come and either cover it with, I will just cover it with something, or I might do like a side pocket or a tuck, something along that order. And I think I'm going to put this more up like the middle. Okay, that's the plan. See? Not straight. Not straight at all. Okay. All right, so that's done. And that's done. So what do I want to do next? I'm thinking about this faux postcard. And I'm just wondering, Paris, Hotel Ritz. Instead of, I was going to glue it together, but I think if I just left it then whoever gets this book can either glue it together or they can use it for journaling. That's what I'm going to do for a journaling spot. Where am I going to put it? That is the question, because I'll have to make a pocket for it. I think I'll do it there. I love that page. That's the Amity Bloom. Just looking and thinking. Just looking and thinking. I think I like it here. Alright, so I want to do a pocket. And I'm going to ink it. Okay, so I want a pocket. Whoops, right there. And I think I want a lace pocket. The question is, what lace do I want? And I think I like that. I'm going to stick with this. I like this. I just have to cut it straight. Give me a straight edge. In my tag books, I don't mind going over the lace. I've done it both ways, taking it all the way over to the edge and covering the lace, or bringing it in short. I've done it both ways. All right. Decision made. Let me try the tacky glue. You know what? I don't want to use that. I mean, I'll use it there, but I'm just thinking I can't control the width, the amount of glue I put on with that. Sorry, tacky glue. I'm going to go back to my Barely Arts. Little trimming. Let's make sure this still fits. Yay. Okay. All right. So that's basics for 3 pages. And what do I want to do next? Oh, I think that's just so pretty. It's too much the same. I do like that. I do like this. I'm going to cut this down. All right. Let's see if I can do anything with this, because I do like. Could just make it a corner tuck. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use this one. Over a little bit. don't know about you guys, but I cannot see when I put this on the trimmer if it's just, I need a mark to see. When I open it up, I can't see my fold line, so all I'm doing is making a mark so I can see where my fold was. Okay. Do I want that up there? I'm not a fan of like the sharp edges there, so I usually come in with my scissors and round them a bit. And I round the one on the top too. Oh, I just had a four-legged critter come in. Hello down there. He's like, hey Mom, I'm here Mom. Did you miss me? Yes, I like that. And I think I would like to back it. I am going to ink it. Okay. So that'll be a nice tuck spot. What I want to do today is I want to start on adding a belly band on this page and a pocket on this page. So I did a little bit of thinking and a little bit of looking, and this is an image that I cut out of the Valentina kit from Sweet Pea Curiosities, and I want to add this to this page as a belly band. And I do still have to trim off one side of it. So I'm just going to go ahead and I see I forgot to ink it. I have pulled out, almost forgot, most of you probably know these decorative scissors. They've been around forever. And I thought I would try and use them on the bottom of this image. And also, by the way, I did back it with some book page, just for some, again, some added strength. And I haven't decided yet if I'm going to add a gusset to a flange. What do you call those? Guys, help me out. Is it a gusset, a flange? Do you put on the sides of a pocket so that you've got more room behind it? I never can remember. I think I've even called them hinges, but I don't know if you would call it a hinge. So anyway, I'm nervous. Let me try this. Let me try this. It's probably going to be crooked as heck, right? Okay. I think as long as you stay in line, which is really the only way you can use these scissors, you don't get too crooked. I guess it's like using thinking shears. Okay. So that just adds another little layer of texture, I guess, or contrast. And I want to, excuse my arm, I want to ink. So let me trim this. I don't want to bring it all the way to the middle of the signature. I want to offset it a little bit, and I'm going to mark it right there. All right, so just kind of getting the curl out of it. Let's see, do I fit? Yes, that's good. I am not going to add the gusset on each side. Just making sure I've got a good covering of glue. I want it to stick. Alright, so let's see, I think right about there. Move it over a little bit, and I'm just going to push it in a hair, less than a hair. I'm pushing it that way, and that'll, I mean, it's a belly band. I don't want it too loose, but I do want to be able to get a tag or such behind it, or maybe more than just a tag. So let's just say if I have a tag, yes. All right. Okay. This is from one of Sweet Pea's kits, and now I don't remember which one it is, but I think in the first video I showed you all the different papers, and I said I liked this image. It was connected. Well, I've cut it apart, and what I want to do is I want to make a pocket out of these two images, like so. I want to put a little gusset on this edge and on this edge. I am going to back these just with some book page. I've got a little tear book over here I use sometimes. I want to put some hinges, and for that I think I will use this book page that I just crumbled up. And try this again. And put it on the correct side this time. Okay. Now I'm on the correct side. See, I want the hinge over here. And then on this young lady, I want the hinge on the right side, which is the right side. Okay. Clip that. And I need to clip that one. Alright. Okie dokie. I think I'll put her down first. I did not put a gusset on the bottom of the page. I didn't care about that. I just wanted to make sure I could get a tag in there without being too tight. So I just need to glue the bottom over to the hinge, but not under the hinge. There I go again, calling it a hinge. And I like a little bit of this flower showing. So I'm going to bring her probably right about there. I think I'm going to bring that down about there. So I need to glue just this side, and I take that back about not gluing this side. I do want to glue the part of this image that is on top of that one. So there. I need something for this page, these 2 pages, this page, and these 2 pages. And I just haven't decided what page I want to put it on yet. This is the image I cut out of one of Sweet Pea Curiosity's kits. And then this is one of Raindrop Lila's corner pockets. And this, she had 2 sizes. This is the smaller one. And what I think I want to do is probably something like that and make a tag with her in it. So she will probably come down like this. I'll make a larger, wider tag. And I don't think I'm going to use these 2 images. But I think that will be pretty. I think that will be pretty. Some of these colors I think are picked up in this corner pocket, or vice versa. These colors are picked up in the image. So I have to decide which page am I going to do that on. And let me go ahead and fold these flanges. Just giving it a little crumpling. So it looks a little aged. Alright, I can't put it on this page. I don't want to put it on this page. I can't if I want. Because I want to do something to cover this up, and I think I might do a side pocket. So that might be pretty there. Do I want it on that side? Or do I want it on that side? I want it on this side. I feel like this is too crowded. It's crowding it. And I think I want to do something else to this, but I think I can do it after I glue it down and make the tag and see what the tag looks like. I want to remember, and maybe I should do that now, that I want to put a ribbon or something up here. I am going to go ahead and do that because I know me, I will forget, and I'll do something on this page and then I won't be able to add a ribbon to it. So I've got my slot punch. I love this thing. I use it all the time. And just trying to figure where I want to place it. Probably right. For better or worse. For better or worse. So a tag can then go up that far. Okay, had the little glue stuck there. I wanted to unstick it. That's a good stopping place because, what have I got left? I think I've got 3 or 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 5 pages left. I want to think about those as to what I'm going to do. So I will stop here, and then when I figure it out, I will come back and I'll put these 2 videos together. Okay guys, I'll be back in a minute. Hey everybody, I'm back. And I figured out what I'm going to do on this page. This is an image from Heather at Ruby and Pearl. I showed that to you. I don't know what I did with the rest of it. But this is one side of the image, and I have cut it down to make a side pocket here. And then I found this tissue paper. It came in a purchase or something. And what I don't like with everything that I tried is I wanted a little bit more contrast between the background and the pocket. But even the papers that I found that I thought might work that had contrast, I didn't like them. But this I like, but I still want to add a little contrast. So I thought maybe this tissue paper would give that to me. So I think what I'm going to do is glue the tissue paper. And see, it won't cover the whole thing. That's okay. Oh, and I folded over an edge just to give it some sturdiness, so let me glue that down. Making sure I didn't glue the wrong side again. All right. And I'm going to trim at the top, like so. Okay. So that will go like that. Now, and I'm going to put something over it to help make sure. I was just getting some washi tape. And on the back of this I will use something that's not like a favorite of mine. Unstick it from itself. Yes, I think I like that. And so I'm going to glue it down. Wait a minute. I've got a darker ink with walnut stain. Give those edges just a little bit more definition. Okay, I was just checking to make sure those edges were all down. Well, I put glue there, I'll have to trim it off. I forgot. I'm sorry, I'm off camera, aren't I? I'm just trying to get these edges lined up so I can trim that piece right there. All right. That's so pretty. I love that. So that's ready for whatever I might choose to put in there. Filing card or a tag. Yes, okay. That's that page. So I've got 1, 2, 3, I got 4 more pages to go. I have decided to put another corner pocket on this page. I don't have one on the left-hand side, so I thought I would put one there. I have this embossed watercolor paper. Just trying to work the bend out of it. So I just have to decide at what angle do I want it. If I was going to do, let's see, I think it needs to go about there. If I was going to do another little corner pocket here, yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. So let me mark this. I'm going to mark it here. I'm going to mark it here. And I need big trimmer. I really need to come down that way. Sorry. Did you see that? I like to use, if I'm going to use a trimmer, I like to use this one because I can line it up and get it usually cut exactly where I want it, even if it sometimes isn't straight. The guillotine type cutters I've always not been the best at. I think I want to do that and that. And I think I'm going to cut this a little bit more and angle it. And angle that corner. Okay, let me glue this one down first. And sometimes embossing folders, on these thicker embossing folders, when they get cut, sometimes they will cut an edge of the design. I don't know if that's showing up on camera, but what I want to do, again, is just take a piece of washi tape. Again, I got to pull them out to see them. Right there. That's where it's cut through a little bit. Okay, I just feel better about that. How do I do? What do I want to ink it? That is the question. Very, very lightly. Okay. Just a little bit. Okay. Got some scraps around me, so that's left over from that. I do have this little bit. I don't think so. There's that. I have that, but no, that's too directional. I do have This is one of the journal cards in the Raindrop Lila kit. This is the color variation I've been using on the cover. I like this darker one. I love this pattern. Just speaks to me. And I'm thinking, I'm looking at my coloring here. Good question. I also have that's pretty, isn't it? Let me just cut this down a little bit and just see what I think. Maybe I could make it a side pocket. Okay, well this, I know, and this is too much, so let me take that off. The more I look at it, the more I want to use it. Okay. I'm either going to like this or I'm not, and I'm going to use something else, but it's better. I didn't like that straight edge corner there. Okay. Tuck there. And a little something tucked there. Okay, I like that. Yes, I do. I like that. I have figured out this page. I want to do a double pocket, a horizontal double pocket, and I went ahead and made the pockets off camera just because I was just cutting out and inking, and I did add a little flange on each side of the pocket, and then this is the smaller front pocket, and again I added the flange. So I was just going to show you. I'm going to, I think I'm going to raise it up a little bit, and I'll probably put some lace down here. I did do the divots so that I could get them both in the same lineup. I just pulled the short one up to the top and did my 2.5 inch hole punch. So glue, that's what I'm looking for, glue. And then we're going to put this one on top. Just want to make sure before I glue this one down that that's what I want to do. So I just need a lace thing just to think about it. Okay, I think I will put some lace there, but I will have to put the lace on it. I see something I want to trim. Okay. So, lace. What kind of lace do I want? Years ago, I had a friend who had an antique store when we lived in Florida. We moved, and then she moved up to the Atlanta area, and she, of course, closed her store. And she called me one day, and she said, I have so much of leftover things from the store in my downstairs room, which was like a basement, but it had been made into probably like a guest living area. And at the time, we had an antique booth. And she's like, if you would like to come up here, or actually we were in Tennessee by then, so come down here to the Atlanta area. She said, I will make you some really spectacular deals. And she did, and I got, I can't even, I got so much vintage lace from her. It was like Christmas. And so, of course, I sold a bunch of it at the antique booth, but you know I kept a lot of it for myself. I still have a lot of the lace left. I've thought about selling like little packets of lace in my Etsy shop. It's just that I haven't done it. I also got from her like bags and bags and bags of buttons. Like the gallon size bags, freezer bags. Bags and bags and bags of buttons. So that's another thing I thought, I should put those in my Etsy shop. Maybe do like a lace and button packet. That might be fun. It's just that I've done all that stuff already, and so when I think about it, I'm like, okay, I am aware of all the hard work that goes into doing that stuff. And at my age, do I really want to do that? I'm sure there are many out there of you guys who know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay. I'm going to put the glue right up here. This is going to be a shallow pocket. The swan image is from a shop on Etsy called Vintage Scraps Craft. I've had that for a while because I love her swans. If you've seen any of my flip-throughs, you've probably seen these swans before. I have a thing about swans. This is another image from her kit. Now I'm going to come back and do some decorating, but I just want to get pockets done, so let's just see. There, and we got there. That's good. All right. All right, so that leaves me with 2 pages left to add pockets or tucks or whatever to. So, again, I have to think about this. I am not good, guys, at organizing. I'm good at some organization. I'm not good at the organizing of, okay, I know all the papers I'm going to use ahead of time, and I know how I'm going to use them. So that's why I keep saying I'm going to go have a think, because that's just the way I work if the camera wasn't on. I do a little bit, then I maybe rummage around in my papers, look for something else, and oftentimes I have a plan, and then I go to execute that plan, and it's like, no, I'm not particularly fond of it now that I see it in action, and so I look for something else to do, and so that's how I work. That's all I can say. So I'll be back. Hey everybody, I'm back, and I think I have figured out what I want to do to the back inside cover. Now, the question is, can I succeed or will I go south? I don't know. What I want to do is I want to put like a flip, kind kind of a flip pocket, but with but an accordion pocket. And I've been looking at papers. The thing is, I love this design right here, and I don't really want to cover it up. So what I found was the other part where I cut it down, I found the other piece. And so my goal, hopefully, is to make this, and I have to cut it down widthwise and lengthwise, but let's just put this like this. So I want this to flip up. And down here at the bottom, I want this to be a pocket. But when this flips up, I want this to be an accordion pocket. And so I need to do some folding and gluing so to enable these to flip. And the other thing is, on the backs of these, I did not double print them, and I don't want to see white, but I've decided on this, on the pocket part, this will be the pocket cover, and that's just right about the right width if I fold it in half. And again, this is a leftover piece, so if I fold it in half, it's about maybe 4 1/4 wide. I do have a piece of coffee stained paper. I can use that. In fact, I think that's what I'm going to use on the back of this piece. And then that way when it flips up, there will be space to write, drilling space or whatever, or to add a picture. And then I've got some, this is fairly sturdy. It's a vintage book. It's a book on Queen Victoria. But the paper is sturdy, and I'm going to use this for the accordion part of the pocket. The only thing I haven't really thought through is when I flip this down. But I'll figure that out as we move along. All right, so what I have to do first is cut these down, figure out where I want what, or what I want where. I like the idea of still seeing this flower area. And like I said, it's going to have to come down a little bit. Okay, let me figure out the bottom first, how much I want to fold. Actually, I think the first thing I should do, I'm a mess here. Things are spread all over the place. I know you guys can relate. A glue page. I'll fold this over. That looks pretty straight to me. And then I want to probably, what do I want to go about? What's 1/4 inch? No, I want to do it about 1/2 inch. So let me mark this. This is one of the times where I do actually bring out a ruler to measure, not to tear. Usually I'm bringing out my ruler to tear something. I'm going to score it 1/2 inch. And let's see how that looks. Yeah, and I think that's a nice depth for a pocket. Okay, so this gives me kind of a template to go off of for the width. Oh, I think that's going to be pretty. All right, now I need to back the top portion, and how far do I want it to come down? I think about there. I can always make it, I can always change it. and move it up a little bit if I have to, but let's bring it down there. And so up at the top, again, I guess I want about 1/2 inch, so I will mark 1/2 inch. I guess about there is good. I start to strew things across my table. Okay. Half an inch. Want to score it? Nope, not yet. I want to glue this. Dropped it. So now I'm going to score it. Just want to give this a really nice sharp crease. And okay, I just thought of something. I'm going to move this down because, again, like I did in the middle, on the middle, I want to do another hole. So I think what I will do is make this even with the top of the lace, which brings this down further. And I think that's okay too. I kind of like it down lower. Okay, so I'm going to do that. And then for the accordion pages, I've got 3 book pages because I think I'm going to make 3 little pockets. And again, I'll just use this as my template. And let's see if I can just cut all 3 of them at once. Hopefully they all come out the same size. All right. There's a little mark here, and I just line that up with the mark I made. And then cut that way. Do I want it a little less wide? Just looking. No, I think that'll be okay, but I do want it just making a little mark about to where I would want to fold it in half. And that's all 3 pieces. Okay, let's fold this and see what we got. Okay, I do want to cut it just a hair shorter. I think I've got it. We'll see. Yes, okay. So what did I learn? I learned that I have to measure from above the flip and not the bottom of the whole card or the whole pocket. All right. Go away, trimmer. I've seen enough of you today. Yeah, all my little scrappy scraps. I want to go ahead and put these in. All right. So, just going to run a bead of glue down the middle. It's about, I don't know, 1/4 inch wide. And let's see, we're going to go in like this. We're going to go in like this, so I'm going to butt this right up against, whoops, wait a minute. This way, I had it backwards. Yes, I had it backwards. I want to butt this up, or butt it down into the flip. Get it as even as I can. Okay. And one thing I forgot to do, and I can still do it, is I forgot to glue the sides, so just run a bead of glue on each side. Okay. Line that up the best I can with the one already in there. So far, so good as far as anything peeking out. I had to stop a second. I keep bumping the camera. All right, so since I have to lower it from the top, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fold it over on that flip I already have in there. Excuse me. All right, what did I do with it? There it is. Bone folder. And then, so I'm going to cut Alright, I'm just going to make a little, I can't see, guys. I have dry eyes and the blurriness is really real, which could contribute to me cutting crooked. So when I have to cut on a fold, I usually have to make a mark so I can actually see it to put the scissors on it. When you lift this up, you've got room to get things inside. You could journal here, add a picture. I have to put something on the back of this. I have to find something to put on the back of that. I have scissors in my hands. Feeling brave. Not really. I just get tired of pulling the trimmer over. I do better when I have lines to follow. All right, so what I want to do then is glue this. Yep, I want to glue. What are you going to see? Yeah, I don't want to see the white. So I'm going to glue the, because the white side's going to be glued down to the cover. I'm just pushing it down into the crease of the little flange flap. Oops, I want to get your finger out of the glue, Gail. Stuck my finger in the glue. All right. It's do or die moment. Okay. Oh, my breath. Oh, okay. I think I did okay. I'm just looking. I can see the stripes on the back, and I like that. I don't know if you can see them, but I can. I like the horizontal stripes on the back, a little contrast. All right, now I'm going to round. Let's try the medium one first, see how I like it. Isn't that pretty? Oh, that's so pretty. Glue this flap down. I love that. And what I'm going to do is my usual, one of these little flat Velcro rounds. Velcro rounds. They're very thin. And I just take one of each side, put them together, pull it off the paper so that they match. And I got sticky on each side, but I reinforce the stickiness just for making me feel better, I guess. And then I will put this down. Probably could use a bigger one, but I do like the small ones. They kind of disappear. So right about there. And then once I close this, I'll have to let it dry. I'm not going to try and open it to show it to you because the glue, it will pull apart. And I want it to be good and dry before I do that. So I'm going to stop here, let that dry, and then I think I only have that one page left as far as, yeah. So then I'll come back and do this page. Hey everybody, I have been playing. I couldn't get on to film for a little bit, so I just kind of sat here and played with some different things. And so I just want to show you what I came up with and what I'm going to do. First of all, I've decided that I'm just going to put a little fabric pocket over on this side. And then on this side, I'm going to add this little sparkly trim. Isn't that pretty? Down at the bottom here. And then over here, I had a piece of stained like polka dot netting in my lace scraps, and I just took some thread and tightened it in the middle and sewed a couple stitches in it, and it gave it like a little bow look. Excuse me. And then I had these floss, I guess they were embroidery floss, and I just wanted to kind of add that there. And then I have these vintage buttons, square buttons. Look at this, 49 cents. I don't even know if you can see it, but it says 49 cents. These square buttons, and they have a little shank on them, and I just took my wire snippers and cut the shank off the back, and I'm going to attach it there. So I just thought I would show you that I'm doing that. And while you're here, I'm going to go ahead and I'm just using some tacky glue, and I'm going to go ahead and tack this bow down. I decided I just wanted something a little frilly, a little girly back here. I don't want to get the bunched up threads too flat. I'm looking for something a little floofy. Ooh. Tacky glue. And then I'm just going to add this pretty little trim here at the bottom. I debated. I had it here, which I really like, and I had it here, and I just thought maybe, just maybe, this might be too much, and I like the idea. I always like the idea of having a little something lacy hanging off the bottom of some of my pages, like here's a piece of lace, and then probably another page towards the front I'll add some lace. So, so I went ahead and decided I would just put it at the bottom. So see, there'll just be some little sparklies at the bottom there. Let's see on the bottom. Let's put it right here around the scallops. Oh. I've got a little bit to trim there. I had mentioned maybe doing a double pocket here, but then I realized I have a double pocket here, so I didn't want to do it again. So that then will be a pocket. Like so. That then gives me all the pages with some kind of pocket or tuck. Then I am going to start decorating this tag book by making tags to go in all these pockets. And then I still have the cover to do. So we'll see what happens in the next video. Guys, I appreciate you if you've stuck around. I hope you're enjoying this. I hope you're getting some inspiration. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.